Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about character design. And I know that sounds a little bit weird for somebody like me who rarely ever shows my characters off unless I draw them. And to start off, I'm going to say I don't care how you design your characters, but there are some things that might make your characters look appealing that might not make your characters look appealing to others, whether it's the colors being used or something in the bio section. Other than that, I'm going to get right into the video. Now, even though I rarely create characters for my own use, or or sometimes use them, I do have some personas that I took great detail in to make sure that none of them look a bit off or made seem different. I'm not talking about Mary Sue characters, which is totally different, and rarely are they actual characters being used. Sorry. More like examples of what not to do, even though you can't make someone do what you want. That's why I do critique videos. The person doesn't have to listen to it, but if they want to, they can. I'm giving them the chance to make improvements with their art. But this is more on characters. So I'm going to show you a picture of Cody, who is my little Cinnabon, because I love him so dearly, if I can find him. So far, you guys can see the majority of the art that I make, along with a few characters here or there, like Aura. If I can find Cody's like, he's my baby. I will tell you that. I love him with all my heart and joy. Oh, there he is. There's Cody. So, if we look at Cody, my sweet little baby, sorry, I don't know what the fuck this is choosing to do. So, here we are. He has a very plain look, but more natural colors, since I wanted him to represent me when I was little, which was a down to earth kid. The only thing odd is his purple and blue eyes. I wanted something unique that when you see him, you can recognize him as my baby. Now we're going to look at Aura, and I sadly do not have Coral on here. I think. No, I do actually have Coral. So here's Coral. Damn it. Hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for this. But for Coral and Aura, both of them have more bluish kind of hues to them. They do stand out, and I'm sorry about how bad quality this looks, but you can kind of see. But they have a little bit more of a bit of a simple design with the mixture of them popping, because I want them to not contradict with the colors that I choose. That's why the blue, the dark blue mainly, and the gray kind of dim it down just a bit. I did take time for Coral, more likely, and Jasmine did take a freaking whole lot because of how much I wanted to change her design, but go back to the original design. And it was just so confusing, and it took me until a few weeks ago to actually get her design set in stone, which I will show you. Now, while Coral has more bluish kind of hues along with the turquoise kind of bluish eyes, Jasmine, on the other hand, has more lavender colors to her, along with the cyan color, aka blue. Because I know some people do not know what cyan means. It basically means blue. So for Jasmine, I gave her more purple colors while having the dark purple and the lighter purplish, and so on. Now, I know a lot of people are just going to wonder, well, this doesn't really pertain to me. I don't make personas. But that goes for a lot of things too, like these characters, well, my little superhero elements, they all have certain designs to them that makes them stand out, but not severely. Like we have River, where her design is mainly blues, Not that she's calm and all that. She's actually quite different. When I do colors, I try to make them as opposite as what colors represent them, depending on they are. Like Lightning, who is basically the most hyperactive kid you could ever see in a teenage body. So mainly. So for backgrounds, it's a little bit different since you don't want your character to be depressing or always freaking happy. That rarely ever happens because I have a friend who seems always freaking happy, but really, there's more that she is hiding. But for humans, it does, like, if you get, like, with personas, they are basically human, but not really. Same but different, some people's opinions. But most of us have emotions unless something happened or you don't feel certain emotions. But not everyone is the same. Like I said, my friend, she does not feel very much of happiness. She feels more blah. She doesn't really feel certain emotions like pain and all that. She doesn't feel it. It's more on the side of she has dimmed it back to where if she had a gash on her leg, she wouldn't scream out. She would just look at it and be like, okay, gotta go get that situated. But still, moving on from her, having a character that is always happy and never gets depressed is kind of boring. Once in your life, something will happen that will not make you happy. Yes, it is fine to be happy most of the time unless something bad happens or something triggers something in the character's mind. That's more normal like. Having a character that is always anxious but goes on these dangerous adventures can happen, but most times they don't. Anxious people, like me, maybe with anxiety disorders, don't want to do something that they aren't sure about or know nothing about. Sometimes they can if they have someone with them, but include that if they do something stupid or dangerous. Try to keep it as real as possible, unless, they're a superhero or whatnot, but that's different and for a different time. Something else I noticed is that most time the character either doesn't know his or her father slash mother, or they don't have parents. Does it happen? It can, but not all the time. Most times, the character knows their parents. Now, whether they like their parents is on a different stand. Either way, just try to make it look normal, but still interesting to the reader. And I understand that may be confusing to some. Like, I understand that. I have a hard time trying to make my characters a little bit different. I try to have one character where they don't know their father, or they don't know their mother, or both their parents are gone, or whatnot. But I try to keep it as interesting as possible with how they react to those certain things. Like one of my characters, his mother left with his sister, so he became heavily depressed, but also he hid it because he didn't really like his mother, but he loved his mother at the same time because to him, he thought his mother was the best. So when she left, he thought it was on him. He thought he was being punished. So to hide it and not show his true emotions, he acted like nothing. He became the robot that he is, basically. He's not really a robot though. He just doesn't like showing people his emotion because of his mother, but he still thinks she's the best thing in the world. But other than that, I'm going to end the video here since I don't want to start rambling about what not to do and what to do, since I don't have control over what you do with your characters. If you want to have the most depressing backstory, go right ahead, but at least make it interesting to read about. And like I said, I don't care what you do with your characters. You could probably ignore this and be like, nah, I'm going to make my character the most depressing person in the whole entire world. Go right ahead. I don't care what you do. This is just like some tips and tricks, basically. GTA 5 all over again. But like I said, I'm so sorry. Sorry about that. But like I said, try to make it different for each character. Don't have them always be the same, because that's not interesting at all. And I can tell you that from experience. But I guess I can end the video here, guys. I will leave links down to every social media that I'm on. Sounds weird for me to say that, but I guess I do actually have to. And I guess I will see you guys in the